welcome players to the world of Mortal Kombat. Finally, and once again,
You have disturbed our regeneration process.
what, this shithole?
We are many, Angry Joe. You are but one.
Finish him. Toasty. Fatality. Flawless victory.
I have a lot to say on Mortal Kombat, but first, let's begin with a moment of silence for our friends in Australia, who because of their pussy-ass ratings board, will be unable to play this kick-ass game with us. Amen. If anyone knows a good campaign where we can join or I can direct some Angry Joe members at, please let us know. We'd be more than happy to join. Because you need to play this game by any means necessary. Hands down, this is the best Mortal Kombat game to date, and one of the best fighters that you could spend your money on currently. This game is bursting with content. This is what a fighter should look like in the next gen arena. The game has a roster of the series' best characters, 27 of which are playable, 28 if you count Kratos from the PS3 exclusive, and the promise of even more via DLC. They bring with them all of their best iconic moves from throughout the franchise. The funny sounding Raiden flying attack. That asshole Johnny Cage's nut punch.
Fight! Well done.
And my favorite, Liu Kang's bicycle kick, though it pisses me off that they took out the sound effect that is supposed to go along with it. Yeah, that one. But besides that, right off the bat, you are going to be impressed with this game because it actually bothers to include a story mode. A real story mode.
Don't need it. Wait, they did what?
And it's not half-assed. The story mode is the most amazingly presented story in fighting game history. Not since a game like Calamity Trigger has there been this extensive of a story, except here it's presented through rendered cutscenes instead of walls of text. It's like a Mortal Kombat movie.
Your brother's soul is mine.
It's like the best Mortal Kombat movie never made.
The fate of billions will depend upon you. Sorry.
Effortlessly moving between heart-pounding, challenging fights and interesting story bits. And you don't have to have played any of the previous Mortal Kombats to understand what is happening here. And what's better, even if you have, the experience is still interesting. The story's gonna take you through MK1, MK2, and MK3, except in an alternate reality, where anything can happen. And a few surprises eventually do, creating whole new characters to play as. By the end of the experience, you will have gotten a good 6 to 8 hours, and that is more than some games in other genres. I played a complete, self-contained story here, and a damn good one at that.
Who the fuck do they think they are? I thought we shut down those fools at Midway. They're making us look like idiots. Stop them! I fucking hate this game!
So story mode is a surprise edition that's rock solid. Well, how is the fighting and gameplay? Fantastic! It is faster, more straightforward, and more fluid, mainly having to do with its return to the 2D plane. The fighting mechanics themselves are instantly familiar, and it's one of the easiest games to get into for beginners. With sweeps, uppercuts, one-hit attack, and specials, Mortal Kombat is one of the most accessible fighters around, more so than its competition. Players can access their full move list in the pause menu at any time, showing basic moves, combos, fatalities, special moves, everything. Now, Mortal Kombat may not be the most technical fighter, and I doubt it's going to be running in the pro circuit tournaments, but that doesn't mean it's a lesser game. It just means it's a completely different breed than your Blues or your Street Fighter 4s. And in my opinion, because it's easier to string moves together, discover combos, cancel into a special attack, and finish off with an uppercut, MK style of play is just more fun for my group. I always felt I stood a chance and was competitive. Everybody did. One of the things that lends itself to this, and one of the best additions to the gameplay, is the power-up bar. Fill to the first level and you get a super-powered version of your special attack that does more damage. Fill to the second level and you'll get a combo breaker. Or wait till it's fully filled to execute a brutal X-ray attack. Ribs shatter, eyes get gouged out, necks are broken. It is so much carnage, it deals a hefty amount of damage to go along with it. The X-ray attacks are a really great addition and are a welcome stay. They're a complementary to the fatalities that are already there. This game is proudly stamped with an M for mature rating. This game brings back the gore by the buckets full to much rejoicing. Everyone has their personal favorites, and there are so many oh moments. It is a spectacle. And what is amazing is I haven't even scratched the surface of what's available to you here. On the main menu, you select between how many players you want to play. 1, 2, 3, or 4. That's right, this game has 4 players. You can play 4 players. In 4 players, you participate in 2 vs 2 team tag matches, which is a new addition to the Mortal Kombat franchise. Another new thing. It borrows the same setup from the Marvel vs. Capcom series. Ironic, seeing as how everyone was hoping that Capcom would treat that franchise with as much care and respect that NetherRealms has treated Mortal Kombat here. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 looks downright anemic, a freaking joke compared to what's in Mortal Kombat. Going even further, there's a 300 event challenge tower that is a completely new way to play the game itself.
We wanted to make sure that we stayed true to the core of why people love this game, which is I beat the shit out of you and then I rip your head off. And that is really why everyone loves Mortal Kombat, is the combat. And so the challenge tower is focused on that.
King of the Hill online mode with built-in player lobbies. In this mode, you don't just stare at cards humping each other. No, you're in a theater and you're watching your opponents battle each other out. You even have little avatars where you can boo, cheer, do little special attacks, and even rate your opponent's performances. An unmatched social experience in a fighting game. Then there's 100-player meetup room lobbies online that, when combined with the King of Hill mode, can make for very easy to implement tournaments. Though the best way to play this game is offline. There's even a cooperative multiplayer option that allows you and another friend to go up the ladder and beat the game. It was incredibly fun swapping out, trying to do your job and make sure that the team doesn't lose and win the game. Get her, Joe, get her, get her! Get her, Joe, one more! Yeah!
Are you gonna take that thing off? You've been wearing it for 2 weeks now.
No.
That's why I don't like coming over.
Why? Because I wear this costume?
Yes.
It's cool. I like it. Then there's the crypt, filled with unlockables, the character bios, and a crap ton of extras. Holy fuck balls! There is a lot here. If you refuse to admit that this game has this much value, you are an idiot. All other fighting game companies need to take notice. This is how it's done. And for that, I have to give credit where credit is due. NetherRealms knows how to have fun. They know how to learn from recent game successes, taking the best elements there and incorporating it into their own game, and more importantly, how to give the fans what they want. I'll give you proof. Babyalities even make a hilarious return.
Finish him, you weak, pathetic fool! Liu Kang wins. Babality.
Whereas most fighting games thinks it's okay to just give us the bare minimum, having you just run through a few levels and face a single boss at the end, Mortal Kombat does all that and more. But that's not to say the game doesn't have its annoyances. The most pressing issue is the online lag, a game killer for any sort of online competition. If they can press through this, patch it up, iron it out, my major complaint will be wiped away. There's also some balancing issues to consider when people start to spam projectile attacks, but I'm not going to hold that against the game. A lot of fighting games suffer that drawback. However, it would have been cool to play individual chapters in the story modes, coming back to those later. I was also slightly let down by a few story bits happening off screen, which is, granted, you know, it's an epic story spanning 3 games, but I wanted to see some of the things that I never got to see, like what actually happens in the Cyber Initiative. And finally, boss fights like Shao Kahn can be a bit frustrating and cheap. It's because he spams his damn hammer all the time. Ow! Kahn!
Shao Kahn wins.
Another confusing thing is that you could play as Goro, but only in the challenge tower. Why can't we play him in the regular mode? He's got one of the funniest babalities where he bitch slaps himself.
Scorpion wins. Babality.
In the crypt, players earn coins by playing through the game that they can use to spend on unlockables. Unfortunately, most of that is just arts, concepts, and sketches, instead of like cool shit, like alternate costumes, like, you know, Cyrax and Sector's human costumes, more like that. Or the fun video tidbits of the past, like cooking with Scorpion.
This week on Cooking with Scorpion, learn about chopping, tenderizing, chopping, cake decorating, and chopping.
Now you can unlock and discover fatalities, but you can execute these anyway if you know the moves and just look them up online, which makes them kind of pointless. I wish the crypt had more valuable things to make all your grinding worth it. More cooking withs, please. Have fun, like this. Hey, what's up, man? Welcome to Cooking with Ermac! With all your favorite Latino recipes! Oh what, you didn't know I was Hispanic? With a dark tan like this? You gotta be kidding me, huh? Okay, take it easy, man, take it easy. On today's show, we're gonna be making tostones, alright? All you're gonna need is a frying pan,
oil, and plantain. First, you cut them up into little pieces. I like mine extra thin. Then throw the plantains in the pan. Cook until golden and you are done! I have one right here! Delicious! On next week's episode, we're gonna have Reptile over and we're gonna cook one of his eggs! Oh, hey, take it easy, man! Take it easy!
Alright, seriously guys, the final verdict for Mortal Kombat is a full, very enthusiastic 9 out of 10. Damn near close to 10 out of 10, if not for some of the balancing issues. This is a game that gives you so much, succeeds on nearly every level, whose issues never really take away from the greater experience. A 10 out of 10 game like Red Dead Redemption is now the new standard, what I will measure all other open world games against. And I think that's what Mortal Kombat is now become for the fighting game genre. It's gonna be my measuring stick for all fighting games hereafter. The game challenges the fighting genre to create rewarding and interesting stories, to increase their production value to the 10th degree, and offer players so much extra content to go along with the core fighting experience. This game has accomplished everything that it set out to do, and it is worth every single penny of its purchase price. And that's why it earns, very easily, my badass seal of approval. I'm issuing a general order. If you want to see the best of what fighting games have to offer, go out and buy Mortal Kombat. This is a fighting game for the ages, and it deserves a spot in your library. It's every bit as good as the extremely excellent Super Street Fighter 4, only for a completely different audience. A more accessible fighter. Think of it as the fun, over-the-top Saints Row 2 to Grand Theft Auto in Street Fighter. Both games are excellent, the king of their genres, and there's enough room for both. This was a masterful reboot of the series. Such a complete game that it makes it really tough to follow up with a sequel. But hopefully the newly formed NetherRealm Studios already has something cooking up their sleeves. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show.
Are you okay?
It's part of acting. I'm good.
I heard a crack.
It was just my teeth chomping.
Okay, I'm gonna be a lot more careful. Let me see if I can go in front of you. I'll go in front of you. Okay.
This is why I don't like coming over.
Why? Because I wear this costume?
Yes.
It's cool. I like it. Shoot, Drew. We're many, you're but one.